coach put out. That's the charisma you put out on your players. The conference queen coach Esther, she said at the touchlines, her team were leading further, but she was not in an exciting moment, urging the players, you need to go for more, push for more. You know what it means to open your first game with a lot of goals, because at a competition like this, you get to a stage that goals as well count, and your players as well. Getting the highest goal scorer in a tournament is a good one, going back to your various destination. But a good one for Esther, good intensity, and how she rubs off on the player is one thing, and a good weather to see the last game of the match day 4 in this game that has the likes of Conference Queen and Sunshine Queen. A cozy weather, looks like it wants to rain. It's a great day to see two attacking teams and see whether we'll get a lot of goals and give us a hot, sensational feeling when the weather is cold. As I said, it looks like it wants to rain.
And then the sky is roaring. Of course, I do stay here. The game will be very much on the way very shortly. It is live here at the Old Parade Ground, Area 10, here at the Federal Capital Territory, the city of Abuja, the heart of unity. This is where women football lives. And the commentary boxes are live. I've got Busayo Lowokere joining in.
Who just stepped in?
He just stepped in.
And he needs a header.
Oh, he does need that.
We'll headbutt him later.
Elisa, we will do that by not letting him speak now. He will be introduced later. I do stay here. We'll be right back. I just stay around here. My name is Sean Pablo. Don't go anywhere.
lówó kéré ọmọ balógun dòdò ń dánwò máa fìràn máa jẹ̀bi ọmọ alágogo mẹ́mú the Ajala traveller reporter one of Niger Sports. Welcome aboard to the Area 10 playing pitch where it's still the Flying Officers Cup. Quickly, special recognitions to one man. I saw him far 1998. Chindo, ex-international member, technical director of Nigerian Football Federation. Sir Gaba Lawal, I saw him some minutes ago. I think he's still there. Oh yeah. My legs are up, my hands are up. If you remember France 98, Spain-Nigeria is called the third goal in that game. And Zubi Zareta will still not forget the memory of it. Quickly spoken by his side, Coach Rabi also from the technical department of the NFF. We salute you. I'm seeing so many dignitaries here this afternoon. Okay, newly appointed coach of Kogi United, Coach Folabi Ojelabi. I celebrate you. Okay, one coach again, Coach Daniel Ogumodede. He promoted Remo Stars to the MPFL. I thought you are in Portugal. Okay, maybe from here you are going to Portugal. Good afternoon, welcome to this game. It's all about women football and men football. Okay, member technical department of the NFF, Mrs. Faith Ben Anuge. Auntie Faith. All right, I just spotted her very well with her face marks down. I'm talking about the chief operating officer of the Nigerian Women Football League. I'm talking about Mrs. Modupe Shabi. Do you all see me? Mommy, me. Kò ní rẹ̀yìn. Okay, former under 17 Falcon. Pablo will give me the name later in the day. I'm glad. Coach Monso Abdullahi, I celebrate you. You never give me money from France, so where we go on that 20 World Cup?
just be out here to winning the trophy. They might also have some players who have some individual ambitions towards winning the MVP of the tournament.
Yes, MVP of the tournament will decide the full on how players plays their game and also score more goals because there's an award for top goal scorer and also the most valuable player of the tournament. You know that there's still awards to be done, and that's just majorly from the RSDF. We're talking about Raptor Sports Development Foundation to good people who have done something great in terms of women football.
Well, you talk about Rattel Sports Development Foundation, and then you just cannot but talk about one man who really has been taking women football in Nigeria as a personal business as a result of his passion for the game. Talk about the man who really, apart from being a barrister, a legal luminary, he also is a UN ambassador. A lot of people really do not know about that, but hey, I tell you, Barrister Paul Ade, a UN ambassador, also an ambassador who takes care for the girl child, especially for education and sport. And with Rattle Sports Development Foundation, it is not ever a better call or a better mandate or a better prospect and project has been pushed there by Barrister Paul Ade. We can only wish him the very best of proceedings going forward, and also for the support to also come in. We will know that this tournament is a sponsored event by Rattle Sports Development Foundation, and we take this opportunity to call out to all corporate organizations, private houses, and call out even to the government and individuals who have passion for the game to be able to plug into this positive project and be a part of the development of the girl child here in Nigeria as we continue to make better our society.
Also, let me recognize former ex-international. She was part of the Super Falcons, just honored by the NFF, and also member assistant coach of the Flamingos of Nigeria, Coach Andana. I greet you from here. Good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome. Big Fish from the NFF, Assistant Director. Shiji Laguju, Daddy me. Sir. Welcome. All right, just as you're looking at those behind on the field of play, the reserve bench of Sunshine Queens are matching out already, and also the coach of Confidence Queen and the team manager talking about Tosin Ojo and Esther Michael are working sets for this game. You could see them. They've talked to their players as they come out from the dressing room. Let's now wait for quality football action here as in this last game for today. Sao Pablo, it's going to be a game of great side.
Absolutely. You know the reputation here. It's never in doubt for both teams. The quality of players, the quality of the league that they play in, and as well as the quality of the experience that the coaches have got. Temitayo Onilude for Sunshine Queen. She obviously come here with a team that will be putting up such a great fight. And then Conference Queens have got Esther Michael, a coach who really is very, very dogged, irrespective of whatever result. She wants the team to continually soar high. And with the hopes of them hosting the Flying Officers Cup next season, Conference Queens are here to try to becoming champions. And I think that the battle is not just going to be about the players, but also on the touchline, the coaches will be doing their own duel. And at the end of the day, it will be left for 90 minutes to be the judge. But we are in for an interesting time.
And the center referee will lead us into procession into this game. Confluence Queens versus Sunshine Queens. A battle of top teams in the Nigerian Women Football League Premiership. And we expect to see a cracker of a game this afternoon. Once again, to conclude the names of players that will be playing for this game, I'll take that of Sunshine Queens, while Sean Pablo will take that of Confluence Queens. Quickly in goal for Sunshine Queens, Lucky Andy, just number 1, Divine Owuchueka, number 6, Aluba Ogba, number 16, Keke Grace, number 30, Kende Salau, number 19, Juliet Omorole, just number 35, Taya Ajibade, number 32, Atundashe Wetin, Ayo Omosui, just number 20, Blessing Unko, just number 9, Aluko Miriam, just number 7, and bench. Those on the substitute bench for this game, Larry Ayuba, just number 12, Alabi Folajomi, number 13, Effiong Gwekong, number 10, Dojo Chino Gudu, just number 17, Eroton Ireti, just number 4, Foluke Okpayori, just number 25, Mary Kupola, just number 28, Elizabeth J, just number 24, Bede Esther, just number 33, Jennifer Nkama, just number 31, Elizabeth Johnson, just number 15, former Bayelsa Queens player, I'm talking about Ginika Ike, just number 24, she's here, and the coach of Social Queens is Temitayo Onilude.
And we can now see both teams are taking the spot for paparazzi, and there tells you the referees was also having your agreement. And we have now seen the toss. It's going to be a kickoff from here. But let's give you the team list for Confluence Queens, just as you have read out for Sunshine Queens. For Confluence Queens in goal, number 1, Linda Juaku. Number 2, White Oluchi. 18, Hawa Abdullahi. 3, Adebi Saida. Number 24, the captain of the team, Florence Alexander. Joy Michael, sports number 5. Number 25 is Hassan Suliat. She already got a goal in the tournament. Number 9 is George Will Ibinabo. Number 7 is Mercy Omoku with 1 goal and 1 assist in the tournament already, and 1 player of the match award. Number 10, Osai Obiageli, 1 assist, and number 17, also with an assist, Winifred Ayeboria for Confluence Queens. And there, with substitute for Confluence Queens, there's Thompson Agata. There is jersey number 13. Jersey number 20 is Jennifer Oliver John. Number 14, Enuma Chinaza. Number 11 is Godson Ojugo, who has a goal in the tournament. Number 16 is Kemi Shoremeku. Number 31 is Unamba Augustina. Number 32, Ofo Merit 4, Mary Okpara, who came in as a substitute in their opener, and that victory she assisted as well. Number 24, Ganiat Adeleke. Number 15, Arit Usang, who has a goal in the tournament. Number 28, Amenike Chine, Kwasi Cynthia Sports, jersey number 37. The players now settling into their several positions. It is about to be cracker time here between both teams. They have played here before. Talk about when they met the last time. It was against Sunshine Queens at home against Confluence Queens. A 2-0 victory for the team from Akure. That was what they benefited. But here, Confluence Queens seem to be the favorite, having opened a whooping 4-0 victory in their encounter against the SGH Sport Academy. And this game is poised to greatness. You can only be my guest.
lead us into the game, jersey number 9 from Confidence Queens, and Georgina Gunabo will lead us, and that's the first kickoff this afternoon, match day 4, game 4. And can that be a repeat of what transpired in the first game for Confidence Queens, where they got their first goal in as 30 seconds of their encounter, but an high kick, the referee spot an infringement for in favor of talking about the Queens from Kogi. And let's see how they could go from this pattern of play. Can they go deep down to find something in the early hours of this game? But we'll go straight up. Confidence Queens has been checkmated well in the defense of Sunshine Queens as they take the ball out, but still in possession for the first throw-in of this game.
It is still goalless here. Very early in the very first minute of this game. Here it is Confidence Queens of Kogi State playing from left to right, while Sunshine Queens are playing from right to left. Sunshine Queens are sporting here in white colors, while Confidence Queens are in deep blue. And both teams have got the same kind of colors with stripes of white and stripes of blue, respectively, from Confidence to Sunshine. But hey, it is opening days here in this game, and it's still Confidence Queens are enjoying the better part of possession in the early period here, and the ball will go out of play. It will be throwing for Confidence Queens.
Sunshine Queens won their first game by 1 goal to 0, where Confidence Queens defeated SGH Academy by 4 goals. So we'll get to see both sides have 3 points each in this pair of this group, and we'll get immediately after this game to see who will be topping at the group this evening. First corner of the game in favor of Confidence Queens. Would there be a utility of opportunity from this corner kick if they take it right? And we'll wait to see what they can deliver. Just number 18, talking about Awa Abdullahi. She goes there with her left kick and takes it into the box. The goalkeeper is there, raised up in her hands, and she goes down. Talking about Lucky Andy, and the referee signals a push or a foul there for an infringement in favor of Sunshine Queen.
Really great effort from Lucky Andy to be able to rescue her side. It was a great cross from Hawa Abdullahi from the corner kick. Really opened up an opportunity where we had 3 players locking around with the blue shirt, looking for that chance for the ball to drop in their direction, for them to only finish up and get to record the first goal in this game, just as they did in their opener, scoring in just 30 seconds after kickoff. And here Confidence Queens still with possession. They are still the team probing. They are still the team with possession massively. You want to look into the percentage, and then you'll find 65-35 so far for Confidence Queens. Another long one now being put into play, but a great header it does meet, and they control well. Confidence Queens here trying to get something very important. Suliyata Hassana, but it now being displaced. It is the Sunshine Queens who comes to recollect, and now another free kick, another one. It is the 4th free kick in this game, and all 4 has been awarded to Confidence Queens.
Yeah, maybe because they look piling the attacking line right now, and the free kick goes down to jersey number 2 to go take it. Jersey number 25, I beg your pardon, and she takes it deep down. But will there be a connection as the ball rolls out in touch for a goal kick?
It is the captain taking that kick, Alexander Florence. Not the kind of kick she wanted to do, but then look at the way she communicates with the rest of our teammates. Tells you her leadership right on the pitch for this side. She just puts her hand and her fist up, and the communication is well communicated. The connection is well understood. Saying, I'm sorry about that. Let's get playing. We are here to take 3 points. And of course, Sunshine Queens now get their very first free kick in this game. The player who's been fouled, Ayo Omosuye, she gets a kick from behind and wins the free kick for Sunshine Queens, who will now be looking to plunge in the first attack for themselves in this game. And it takes a long one into a very deep area, but there is no player in white to trouble the goalkeeper, who collects easily. Linda Juwaku.
Linda Juwaku has not been beaten so far in this tournament. So as I'm talking about Lucky Andy, in the first game, they both stay clean. Would there be a break between both sides, between both goalkeepers in this game? Let's see how it goes down. Still a lot of memory from yesterday's evening game where Niger Writers were down by a lone goal to talking about Royal Queens of Warri.
We get back to the game now. It is goalless between Confidence Queens and Sunshine Queens. I told you that the form for these teams actually tells that the very last 5 games for Conference Queens have seen them record 2 victories, 2 draws, and 1 loss. But for Sunshine Queens, it has been 3 wins and 2 losses in the last 5 games. And both teams here today will be looking to making better of such form. But Conference Queens have been by some margin the better attacking side. There is no shot on target yet. There's only been 1 dangerous cross, which was plugged in from the corner kick line by Hawa Abdullahi. And that one will return back in play now. And Amaku Mercy unable to get to the ball. It goes in the way of Conference Queens. They're still trying to rotate it around, looking for space and chance for something that could be very significant. And Winifred Ayaboria puts it up front now for George Will Ibinabo, who still find a way to connect it back to Winifred. But the ball is now in the possession of Sunshine Queens, who are looking to take it away from their defense line and take it away all of that challenge. But here it comes back to them as Conference Queens now get the possession in a dangerous position here. She tries to dribble her marker. Ibinabo, George Will takes the ball a little bit behind. They try to put it forward, but a great clearance there to put Sunshine Queens away from danger.
Away from danger on the attacking line for this game, and it's just another foul into. I'm talking about Atunda Shum, just number 18. She has been called on several times by the central referee to watch how she takes her hand around the players, and she's looking at referee. I'm not doing that. I've not done anything to that, but the player went there easily. Infringement for our Conference Queens. The lady, the captain of the side, still complains about the ball. So referee, can we check on the ball? And the referee signals for a new ball to be sent onto the field of play. Still goalless here. A minute's gone in this game. It's still match day 4 and game 4 of the ongoing Flying Officers Cup.
And absolutely, we are here in the commentary box. I've got Busayo Lowokere, myself, Sean Pablo, and of course, Kalista comes in as the color commentator, and of course, as well as the only lady. Kalista, what have you been saying so far?
I think the conference Queen have been fantastic as the first game they played in this tournament. Again, they have to dig deep, especially Mercy Omoko has to dig deep to get that goal. It's not going to be an easy puzzle as they had in their first game. The Sunshine Queens look so solid behind, experience-wise. They have solidity in the defense line. They have to go beyond that, dig deep in, and see if they could get the first goal in this competition. You look at this tournament match between Conference Queen and Sunshine Queens. The last encounter they met in a competitive game is Sunshine Queens having the lead in that game. They were able to take the win. They scored 2 goals in that game. They defeated Conference Queen. So Conference Queen will want to make a revenge one here, and but they have to dig deep to get those goals. Mercy Omoku looks sharp, look match fit, but she needs to do more to get them the goal. And as Conference Queen play, they play from the flanks. They don't play through the middle, so they have to do more at the flanks.
Absolutely, doing more at the flanks would mean that we'll be looking forward to seeing the contribution of Winifred Ayaboria right from the left flank there, and coming from the right, we'll be looking to see Suliata Hassan for Conference Queen come in as well and be able to add to the attacking prowess, which are boast of the goal-scoring Mercy Omokwe, and as well as George Will Ibinabo, who seem to have been really rampaging and looking for her first goal of the tournament, and that tells you about the hunger. I mean, you have players who want to score goals, and when they want to do that, they have to put up the performance, and Conference Queens so far have been putting it up.
I think the first thing that needs to do is be more clinical in front of goal. Mercy Omoku with an early chance there in this game. I think that should have been the first shot on target, but she couldn't get her feet, her legs onto it very well. They need to be very clinical playing against the Sunshine Queen. As I said, stats show that the last time they played, the Sunshine Queen won that encounter with a 2-0 victory. They need to be more clinical in front of goal. Take the chances as it come. Be more clinical. If you have to play through the midfield, play. If you can't, go back to the flank. Let's see a good partnership and synergy in the front line. I'll leave Busayo to go on with the commentary.
Yes, thank you, Kalista. And looking at the way this game is going to be stretched down, I think the Conference Queen girls are trying to build the ball from behind, play the ball on ground, play some diagonal kind of football when they're on the attacking lineup, but they've missed interception right now. And Social Screens try to bring from the far right. Can she takes it across? She takes it deep with that beat goalkeeper, but Linda Juako of Conflex Screens pick it down quickly. She served the ball to just number 22. Talking about White Oluchi, who finds just number 25, Azan Suliat, and now to the late DJ. Talking about a lady she should be looking at, and talking about Messi Omoku. She has been fouled, and she goes down quickly, and the center referee is calling her, come here, go into the book of my first card. She says that that's a foul, draw into the eyes of Messi Omoku. Just number 35, Juliet Omorele, has been booked for an infringement.
Well, that's exactly what happens when you leave your hands recklessly flying in the air when you are supposed to have them by the side to keep you away from danger. It is the very first yellow card in this game, and that one will go to caution, jersey number 35 of Sunshine Queens, who will now be a lot more careful. Juliet O'Merrily will be a lot more careful going forward in this game. But Florence Alexander squares in the front cross, and it comes open now. The goalkeeper fumbles. The ball is loose, but Sunshine Queens somehow will regain possession, rightly cleared by Aluko Miriam, but very much in play now for Confluence Queens. They are attacking, they are probing, they are looking for that goal, and it could be for any other team. It will be a situation of revenge or repeat. What do you think we're going to have, Calista?
Infringement from talking about Florence Alexander there, going out to miss the ball, and she goes into this referee's book for another yellow card to the Confluence Queens lady. Calista, that was almost an attack for talking about Sunshine Queens, but Florence says, if I miss the ball, I won't miss the player.
And you look at how the Sunshine Queens play. They want to hit on the counter, and they have players to do the damage for them. They sit back in. They can soak in the pressure as long as the likes of the Conference Queens and players, Messi Omoku has failed to convert most of the chances that she have had in this game. They'll sit back, soak in the pressure, and see if they could hit on the counter and look more threatening in front of goal. We've seen games like that in this encounter, in this tournament, that have gone to dying stage, and they got the equalizer at counter-attack. Maybe that's what the game plan for Sunshine Queen, but the Conference ladies has been doing so exceptionally well. They have been playing with so much synergy, but they just need that touch, that final finish in the third half.
It won't be that easy for the girls from Kogi in this game so far, because the Sunshine Stars are not yet to set groundnuts and they are yet to play football. But one thing I've seen so far is that the girls from Kogi are trying to play the ball around, keep the ball on the ground, and square it where there's an opportunity, send the ball to the flank and see how Messi Omoku can run into. They scored their first goal against SGA from the flank. The ball just went through, dropped it there, and she was all alone to beat the goalkeeper.
And that's the game plan. They don't play through the middle, as I said. They play from the flanks, get the ball to who their hitman, Messi Omoku, who will do the rest for them. They still come calling. But as I said, the Sunshine Queens defense looks so solid. They need to dig deep. They need to play more to get that goal. You can't get past this defense line. They have the height, they have the stamina, and they look solid behind. You need to do more. Look for more skillful ways to get those goals, and that's the biggest problem for Conference Queen right now.
Biggest problem for Conference Queens will not be that now they have Messi Omoku lying down on the pitch, and they have the doctors, and they will pray that that injury is not too much for her to sustain so that she can continue, because the effort up front, talking about Messi's effort, could be one thing they will really need to work on the field of play. But what will be the message of Coach Temitayo Onilude to his team right now as they take on what they will do to contain the attacking line of talking about Confluence Queen, and also a way to break the defense of the teams from Kogi. It's going to be a dead ball situation from the center referee of this game. And ball back in position right now. Can there be a movement? She exits down, finds Lucky Andy. Talking about just number 5.
collision between jersey number 25, Saliyat Hassan, and of course jersey number 5 for Sunshine Queens. And that one will be having a word from the referee. Still will be possession for Sunshine Queens. They seem to have been at the back of their own defense much more than they have attacked their opponent. The scare here is about not conceding too early, about being cautious to keep it decent even before the very first end of the first half of this game. But Mercy Moko allows the ball to roll out of the line, and it goes out of play for a throw-in for Sunshine Queens.
Takes it a clear shot, but to a connecting line, and I'm still ball in favor of Sunshine Queens, Confidence Queens rather, I beg your pardon, on the attack. But Alani gets there and she exits out of danger for the babes from Akure. But this time around, an infringement in favor of Confidence Queens.
Another free kick for Confidence Queens to maximize of. They have had a lot of chances been squandered already in this first half. It will be if they have to do it early enough, maybe now, if not now, for Confidence Queens to find the very first goal of this game. But here, Sunshine Queens, very dominant there at the back of the defense. Keke Grace, jersey number 30, particularly has been superly of a bully at the back of that defense. Really commanding play and dispatching the kind of brilliant play that will make you realize that her presence there commands a lot of control, especially in that defense line. You can see her. She is, of course, very, 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 very there for you to see, with a great stature, a great physique as well. Body structure is intact, and she is quick. She has got anticipation, a great vision to clear her lines. And I'm telling you, Keke Grace, just at about 30 for Sunshine Queens, has been one of the great players so far in this game, helping to making sure that Sunshine Queens still stay decent in this game after all of the attacks has been proved by Confidence Queens. And at a result stick at the moment here, it is still goalless. Sunshine Queens now trying to put it off front now. An attacking play. They are now in the half of their other opponent. Ayo Omosi puts the ball away, but it's going to be still in play for Sunshine Queens. Gets her back in a 1-2 situation, and she will still get the touch. But a great clearance from Alexander Florence for Confidence Queens, but still in play here for Sunshine Queens, who are looking for that chance. And the ball drops open, but the referee spots for an offside call, and the captain has been denied of a chance to shoot.
Being denied to shoot, that was almost another attack for the girls from Ondo. Akureste, and let's see how they can build up into this game. Talking about the Confidence Queens, starting the ball again from behind, and again Florence Alexander takes it long into the half of Sunshine Stars, but Alani returns the header, and she wins an infringement for a touch foul on her. Quickly the ball comes down. Sunshine Stars quickly taking, finds jersey number 20. Talking about Ayo Mosri, she finds Alani right there deep left. She will float the ball into the defense half of Confidence Queens, but again ball on hand.
Free kick for Sunshine Queens, and she sticks around there in that C. Ronaldo posture, wearing the same jersey as that number of C. Ronaldo. But an easy, quick pass there from Aluko Miriam. And a chance now will drop for Sunshine Queens. Great collection for Linda Juwaku, who makes no mistakes, puts her team in no any kind of pressure. And of course, talk about manning pressure and be able to work under that pressure and give us the kind of organization we have been having and enjoying in this tournament. Great salutations to Dr. Victoria Lemobo, Esquire, who is the general coordinator for the local organizing committee in this tournament. And as well, we say salute to Miss Grace John, the technical director of the LOC. Not forgetting Oluchi Tobex of Oluchi Tobex at Tobechiku Nwachukwu, who of course is the official media officer for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. She also runs the tobexmedia.com, where you can find all of the stories about the tournament live for your reading pleasures. We'll get back to the game here now. It is Confluence Queens who are trying to probe an attack, squares this one rightly, but the goalkeeper will collect in safety for Sunshine Queens. It is Lucky Andy, still one more time, proving very, very potent in goal.
A player of Sunshine Queens lying down on the turf, and let's wait and see if the referee needs to call on the medic. But I think she's calling for a hand as she went down from that challenge. Still no goal between this great side in the Nigerian Women Football League Premiership side, talking about Confidence Queens and also Sunshine Queens. When shall we see the curtain raise of this game, Sean Pablo?
Well, she seemed to be in some pain, and of course responding not too well with the medics. Ayo Omosi made quite a great run earlier from the right flank for Sunshine Queens, and one of the best chances they've gotten in this game when he dropped down for an offside for Tai Ajibade, who could have converted. The captain of this side, sporting jersey number 32, of course, she also will be one of the leaders that you will be watching out for in this tournament. And here in her team, she is leading by example. She scored a goal to her name, and she's still looking for more. Wearing that captain armband that tells you that a lot of expectations are on her shoulders and on the shoulders of jersey number 20, Ayo Omosi, is about to be relieved as she looks to getting back into action and returning for Sunshine Queens.
Time for the Confidence Queens, throwing quickly, taking, finds jersey number 19 right there, and she's trying to hold up to play. What can she do? But I think Sunshine Stars again dispossessed. Can they take it on an attack? The move from down right there, quickly moving down the line. She's still going solo, but can she get the pass? And this time the referee calls it quits, an offside position of play. No goal between both sides. Florence Alexander will get the ball back into play for our team from our own side. We should plunge it into the half of their guests. Talking about Sunshine Queens of Akure. She plunged it up into the air, but to who? It's still Confidence Queen now who picks up the ball, and now Sunshine Stars on the attack again, but they're still looking more action. Just number 32, captain of the side, who gets on the attack quickly. Progressing on, but the ball rolls out to touch for a throw-in to Confidence Queens. Infringement from a collision, just number 19, Kende Salau. On just number 19, I think just number 9 got George Will in Ibinabo foul on there, and we hope to see.
The referee insists for a dead ball. Sunshine Queens trying to plug in an attack now from their own half. From the left flank, it is the jersey number 5, Alugba Ogba, who seems to have been very, very active for her side. And a great cross she dings in, but just no player there. Beginning to ask questions about where the attackers were when the ball got in there in a very promising position. But being plugged in far now for Confidence Queens. They're trying to get themselves again just as they started. Disappointed about not getting a goal in all of the effort they put in the very first 5-10 minutes of this game. But for collection, easily Linda Juwako for Confidence Queens.
Whiteology for Confidence Queens takes up to just number 25. Talking about Suliat Azan, but she goes down and infringement in favor of Confidence Queens.
Free kick to Confidence Queens. Still very much here. We are on match day 4, and it is game number 4 here at the #1 women football preseason in the continent of Africa. It is the Flying Officers Cup 2021. It is the very 3rd season we are inside of, and here we've seen a couple of games being played, a lot of wins today, 2 draws and 1 win, where Bayelsa Queens ran a riot over their opponent. 6 goals they scored past the goalkeeper to be able to announce a return from the 1-0 defeat they suffered in their opener. And here we are having this game between 2 sides that ply their trade at the Premiership side of the Nigeria Women Football League. It is Sunshine Queens who have an edge, having defeated Conference Queens in their game the last time both teams played. A 2-0 for Sunshine Queens. But here, Conference Queens have come for the revenge and haven't made a loud statement in their opening fixture against SGH Sport Academy. Beg pardon, a 4-0 victory there tells you that they are in here for a lot of scoring activities. But hey, so far, it has been goalless.
If you are both coaches, what we'll be doing at this time as we go into much of the time in the first half?
Not panic level yet. A wonderful play from both sides. They are looking at to weigh each other off. Solidity in both defense. No shots on target yet from both sides. That's to show you how intense the game has been. I think the coach right now will be satisfied with how the players played. Just a little bit of 1 or 2 tactical moves that could get them those goals. Messi Omoko has seen fair chances of those goals, but was not able to utilize those chances coming from the Sunshine Queens. They will hope to get more and don't allow. They will hope to get more and not allow the Conference Queen get a lot of possession of this game, because ball possession as well gives more opportunity for the players to get the goal on time. So for now, it's not yet panic level. The game is still in much control.
Corner kick for Conference Queens, and jersey number 18, Awa Abdullahi, playing from the left back, has been told to come take it. What will she do with this time? The first one she took almost troubled the goalkeeper of Sunshine Queens. Will she take it in again into the box, and the player calls for the Sunshine Queens, just number 9, a blessing call to come down, and she knows the 10-meter line, and she needs to stay there as Awa Abdullahi will go for the corner kick.
Hawa Abdullahi already has dinged in one of the most dangerous crosses we have seen already in this game, but not living up to the expectations this time. It's still a corner kick for Conference Queens as the referee signals that there should be a retake. The flag was a little bit obstructive before that ball was taken. And so the referee, the center referee particularly, making sure that that corner kick be retaken, and therefore Hawa Abdullahi a second chance to make better of that effort. But having players line up under there for the goalkeeper's scare, final Hassan Suliyat. There is also Winifred Ayabare. We can also see Messi Omokwe, and as well as George Will Ibinabo, who sports jersey number 9 and leading your attack here for Conference Queens. And this cross can be very, very detrimental. It could be useful, but Winifred Ayabare will not pay support to Hawa Abdullahi. But here, Hawa Abdullahi will make it a sole effort in a corner kick crosser. If she gets it right, perhaps a header could meet the ball. Maybe the first goal in this game, or maybe we can continually see the defensive dominance of Sunshine Queens as it just continues.
Waiting for the corner kick. And time is not our friend. I think the referee says, play this ball and let's get on the game. That's talking about what Board Boy is trying to assist Awa to do. And she goes 1-2, take it longing into the head. Can they get an header? The goalkeeper misses it. But player is there, tries to bring it back. Talking about White. Winifred again, jab it on the line, but no connection for that. That was a great move for our Conference Queens, but no connection as the ball rolled out into third for a goal kick.
The ball went from side to side. Of course, firstly was Hawa Abdullahi, who gave in a great cross. The goalkeeper came in, finding a way to obstruct play. Lucky Andy. One more time, she gets it just the way she's done before. And then he went from left to right and then right to left before going out of play for Conference Queens. So far, this game has been much more of chances upon chances being squandered. But we have been able to see the defensive department being much more active and there George Willie Benabo tried to dispatch her marker. She does well, squares in for Mercy Omokwe, who tries to control the ball now. She does, but a great clearance coming through the feet of Blessing Encore for Sunshine Queens. The ball goes again in the half of Conference Queens, but there is no player in white to meet with the ball. And now the question now ponders, what is going on with the attacking lineup of Sunshine Queens? We are not seeing players up front. They seem to be sitting back at the back of the defense. They get a chance to go forward. There is no bite. There is no choke. There is no chance of any scoring. And we continually stay in a deadlock situation. Conference Queen wouldn't score. Sunshine Queens wouldn't score. Where would this goal come from, Calista?
The goal will come from somewhere at some point. I am not disappointed with what I am seeing. I expected this kind of performance from both sides. A lot of solidity and charisma in them. The only difference is that there is no goal. A lot of calls has been made. As I said, the Sunshine Queens look solid at the back line. That's not the problem. The problem is that they had a game plan, and the game plan is to soak in as much as the pressure they can and hit on a counter. They have the players to do the work, and they are doing it so perfectly well. The only leech I could see is from the goalkeeper leaving her position, especially when it comes to set pieces. It can be dangerous because they can find these loopholes and penalize the Sunshine Queens with it. But as for the Conference Queen, use the opportunity as it comes, because at the second half, these Sunshine Queens might not want to sit back and might want to attack, and it will be a dangerous thing for them. Utilize the opportunity. The final third has to be clinical as much as possible and see if we can get a goal before we go into the second half.
Infringement for Sunshine Queens close to the box of the excuse me, I'm talking about Conference Queens, and Jesse number 19, Candice Alawo. I will be there to take it. What can she do with that ball? Will she go straight there, or she will try to find a player who might nod it back into the net? She goes quickly, picks it up, and that's over there! What a save! What a save from Linda Jiwaku. Pablo, that ball was going straight into the back of the net, and Linda could stretch out to pick it out.
It took the magnificent effort of Linda Jiwaku to help us stay goalless still in this game. I'm beginning to ask the question, how did that ball not get in the back of the net? Great effort from that free kick. Really could be the tactic of a Sunshine Queens in this game. Soak in the pressure, get the counter, knock against the opponent, get that goal, and then defend it, and they might just get a 3 points.
Again, Linda forced it, but she quickly regrabs it on the second attempt, and that was almost close again.
And exactly what I was talking about, the Sunshine Queens, soaking the pressure. If you get an opportunity, they look more threatening right now in front of goals, but a good call there. It keeps the goalkeeper who has built a mansion. I'm talking about the Conference Queen goalkeeper who had built a mansion at her home to be agile that you can be kicked off anytime, any day. Just stay alive. But a good game and end-to-end stuff. We can't wait to see it. What a way to end match day 4.
What a way, what a way. You're welcome, of course. Like to let you know that you can join us right now on social media. We are right there on Facebook. You can also catch us live on youtube.com. What our handles are as simple as Officers Cup Official. Officers Cup Official. That is where we are on Facebook. That is where we are on Twitter. And you can join in. You can watch the videos. You can watch the highlights. You can do the replays. You can find the goals. You can survive the best goals you have seen so far in this tournament. And you can also take a picture, drop it down there for the gram. We'll be right to communicate with you. And of course, kudos to the media team who got us covered for the broadcast. Talk about our digital monitoring, our digital mirroring concept. Of course, I was almost cut short on that, but digital mirroring concept. Thank you for being here.
Florence Alexandra will take a go with the free kick. She blunks it into the header. Header brings it down, finds Keke. Keke takes it down again. And just number 9, talking about Blessing Nko. She has really been checking on White Oluchi, who finds Alba Ogba. And a chance, but a miskick there. And Florence take it out of safety. And Maluba heads it back to just number 35, Juliet Omorile, who has been booked in this game. And again, Ibinabo moves up again in the attack, but Keke reads out to Florence. The ball still flowing in the air. Who brings it down? It's still in the half of Confidence Queens. And a player goes down. That's a foul on Sulia Azan from Confidence Queen. I think the player is really making a noise.
Great games of this magnitude brings about contentions. Not about just contentions with goals scored, contentions in the way that they have tackles. And that one was not intended by Hassan Suliat, but she is the culprit there. And the referee will have to take charge. I read some reactions coming through from the players of Sunshine Queens. They did just like the fact that that player had to go through such kind of injury. But finally she gets back on her feet, still feeling some pains. But it would be good to see her continue this game with the kind of performance she's been putting lately. Kende Salau in pain for Sunshine Queens, but here she has also been adding to the midfield maestros of the team that comes from Akure. But as it sticks at the moment, it is still goalless. Sunshine Queens with an opportunity from this free kick. All they've got to do is to find players on the flank, launching the attack. It could be a counter, it could be a long one, and then you find a finish. That will really count for so long. When you have a player who is leading the attack and doesn't have a lot of height, perhaps it will not be the long balls. Maybe the true passes could have worked for them, or that could actually work to be able to connect to Tai Ajibade, who sports jersey number 32 and the captain. And there you can see her hustling for the ball to be able to connect it with a goal. And that is what they have to do, connecting those passes as penetratively, as slippery, as sliding, as sliming there on the ground.
As slicky as they can get. Pablo with the words there. Good one, Pablo. And I said, Sunshine Queens are in a very comfortable position right now, and they have been defending so well. They know what to do. Maybe in the second half, the coach will have to do some tactical change, getting the striker, changing the formation, and get to play through the midfield. That's one thing they will have to do. But as for the first half, before it finishes, I think they're in a very good competition. Good position, soaking the pressure. They have the players to do it. They have the legs. If they get those true passes, they can make use of it and utilize it. But for now, coming the second half, they might get in the strikers, change the formation, play through the midfield, not necessarily through the flanks, and get the goal and get the massive 3 points as required. But as I said, Conference Queen also is threatful. They are threatening, but they need to finish it in the final third.
Yes, finishing in the final third has really been what Confidence Queens have been trying to do all day, but they've met a solid defense of the Sunshine Girls, and we're hoping that this game will still look for it. Looking at the goal scored, will be coming. Where shall we get the first goal? The fans are asking me, where shall we see the first goal?
Well, where shall we see the first goal? You have to stay here. It is Old Parade Ground Area 10. We are live at the Federal Capital Territory. We are also live on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube.com. Just go on right now, and our handle is Officers Cup Official. Officers Cup Official, Flying Officers Cup Official, beg pardon, Flying Officers Cup Official. That's where we are on Facebook and as well as on YouTube. And you can also find us on Instagram, and particularly on Instagram. Make sure you go there with a picture, because you gotta do it for the grams, Kalista. If you don't do it for the grams, who else would you do it for?
Great pass, what do you chance? Oh no, that's so close. Jersey number 7, Aluko Miriam ran in between the defense line, and all she needs to do was to put the ball, chip the goalkeeper, but the ball rolled out into touch for a goal kick.
And exactly the true pass I was talking about. Get those true pass, and you can get those goals. Exactly what Sunshine is doing, getting themselves. Now, Conference Queen defense needs to stay alert. The likes of Joy Michael and the likes of Alexander as well needs to stay very, very key and focused, because these players can outrun you, outplay you as you are attacking in full press, go back and defend in massive numbers.
They always say that defense is the first form of attack, and attack is the first form of defense. And so if Confidence Queen were looking to scoring, they should also be looking to defending. And that's exactly what we are now seeing. Sunshine Queens gradually, momentously growing into the game from defense to midfield. Now they're beginning to gain ground up front and attack. We are now beginning to see them put in those penetrative passes. Another defensive display as dominant as we have seen lately. It used to be Keke Grace who was putting it through, and now Aluba Ogba continue to put it through as a threat. And now Conference Queens will have to sit back a bit at the defense line, be very, very cautious. They have to be careful, but we are still awaiting the first goal, and it should maybe the first half.
I think the conference queen needs to find a way to score. You can't get into the box to score. Find other ways to score. Look for alternative moves. You can shoot outside of the box. Try your range and see if it could work. You can never say, but it's not been working. Look for alternative majors. Maybe we'll see those majors come in the second half and get those goals. But looking at to pass through the defense is going to be very difficult because these Sunshine Queens look so solid behind.
Going down, Messi Omoko. She has Alugba to beat her, and she's still there. She goes past her, tries to on her leg, but great. That's an infringement, and Messi looks at her that why are you doing this now? We are only playing pre-season tournaments.
A foul by Ayo Omosi, but then it came through Aluba Ogba, who actually stood there to making sure that Messi Omoko didn't progress from that line. But with a free kick here for Conference Queens, it could be an opportunity for something special. The captain is behind the ball, Florence Alexander, jersey number 24. A very, very notable jersey here at this tournament. For a notable player as well, Florence Alexander. She will swing in the cross, and if she does appropriately, it could meet a player in blue. And if that does happen, maybe the first goal here can just come alive in the closing period of this first half. Another chance is not out of play, but again, our Sunshine Queens are defensively dominant. They continue to control right at the back. How do they crack it open?
Corner kick from the far left, and this time it's the lady, just number 17, Winifred Eyebora, will take it for the Conference Queens. Now they've taken it from the left-hand side. They've not connected. Can they do it from that deep end? I should wait to take. The referee says, hey, come back 10 meters. Talking about just number 9, Blessing Nko, and Winifred takes it up deep into the half. It beats past everybody, headed away. But this time again, can they one board? But nobody, Azan Sulia is not going to be given there. She tries to find Messi. Messi gets it, and she changed the direction of play. But has been checkmated well. Solid defense from Conference Queens, and can they put it on the account? They try to go, but they now moved it up. Just number 9, Aluko Miriam. She gets there. And she lost that, and she wins. I'm talking about an infringement in favor of the girls from Kogi.
A free kick for Conference Queens now as we continue to approach the first whistle to take us to halftime. Another attack win plunged in by Conference Queen, but this one looks to go with a no bite. Goal kick for Sunshine Queens here, and Keke Grace, she really is one of the players that have been putting up an outstanding performance, especially from the defense line. She's been helping out with the goal kicks. She's been helping out with the clearance and also helping out with the lines. She will be one of the players that can help them get something meaningful if they will be able to get a counter-attack and play for their first goal in this game. But then there will be substitution here for Sunshine Queens, and it's quickly being done now. Jersey number 18, Atonda Shell, will make way out for jersey number 12, who comes in to take her place, and of course help them see how they can crack open the defense line of Conference Queens and finding their own goal as of the opener.
Alari Ayuba takes it down into the game for the girls from Akure Sunshine Queens. What impact we should be making in this game, and that's a way to see what will the response of Coach Esther Michael do for the girls from Kogi. But throwing quickly taking, Awa Abdullah drops it deep down into the half, but it has been headed away as the girls on. Winifred tries to beat her. She goes past her marker, getting into it. What can she do? Sticky, place it up into the air. Messi jumps into there. White, Oluchi into the box, but no way gain for the team of Kogi. And we're talking about number 25, Hassan Sulia, as now waits the ball roll out to touch. Getting a train, Aluba Ogba. Just number 5, she gets a throw, finds captain Keke, will checks it into the air, but another train. They again for Sunshine Queens. They play on the attack. Pablo, there's something I've seen from the Queens. Talking about the Sunshine Queens, they are solid from the bench, from the back line, and they are putting it gradually, making their way up front.
Yeah, that's exactly the game plan. You know, they came into this game understanding that Conference Queens scored 4 goals in their first game. Now that tells you that Conference Queens will not come here and decide to sit back. They are naturally going to come all out just like they did in their opener. And knowing that, the coach of us, Sunshine Queens, Temitayo Onilude understands that they will have to first soak in the pressure, and that was the first beat they had to do in the first 20 minutes of this game. Now, having sucked in the pressure, it will now have to do about graduating from the defense to the midfield. They have also achieved that using the loopholes, using the flanks. Now, from the midfield, now you can now approach the attack line, and they are beginning to do that in the concluding part of this first half. And meanwhile, we are in the 44th minute, or while only about 1 minute to actually bring us to halftime here. And a chase now for Mercy Omako to chase. She continually chase that one, but it goes out of play. It's going to be another corner kick for Conference Queens. Another chance for them to perhaps do whatever they could before the whistle will sound for separation at halftime.
Corner kick, Winifred Yeboria has been told to go take it. We should wait for a while. No, Awa is not coming this time, and she's going to take it from there. So let's see what can they do with this. Can they convert something from all the many of corners they've gotten in this game? Still no goal in this greater counter of the match day for game 4, and we're expecting when we see the. And now, Lucky has gone down. I think she's trying to the referee, but the referee says, "Hey, let's wait and see."
Well, maybe you didn't see what really happened there, Busayo. There was a little bit of some guidance coming through from Aluba Ogba, trying to guide that player who was spotted the blue jersey for Conference Queens. And then the goalkeeper just didn't see both of them. And a little bit she was collided upon her. And that happened. But then now.
Kick. And that ball.
A foul, and giving Sunshine Queens the opportunity to breathe in a sigh of relief from that a crucial chance for Conference Queens. A 2-minute additional time inside the first 45, and about lesser than 100 seconds, that whistle is going to come. The whistle will come anytime less than 2 minutes. But here, it is Sunshine Queens who will be looking to perhaps finish in the half top of their opponent with a goal. They're now attacking, looking to change and play. Ayo Omosi looks to square that one to the left flank, but it just is no player to collect the ball. It goes out of play for throwing. It is now possession for a Conference Queens, quickly taken by White Oluchi, but the referee says no, you have to stay exactly where you are supposed to. Stay on the line and make sure that you do that at the sound of my whistle. And he will have a word, the referee, with White Oluchi there. But then it is still goalless here at Old Parade Ground, Area 10. We are giving you the very fourth match, the final match of the day for match day 4 here at the Flying Officers Cup Season 3. 2021 is the year, and we are only giving you the best of excitement. Winifred Ayabore comes close to the ball, but closer to that is Lucky Andy, who collects it easily for Sunshine Queens as they still stay dominantly. And here comes the whistle, ladies and gentlemen. We are now at a midway of this game. Busayo, your halftime words.
Thank you, Pablo. And it's no goal between both sides as both teams will go into the dressing room. I think both coaches will have learned a lot from what they've seen in the first half and go into the dressing room to actually check, talk to the players, make some decision, and bring them back to game.
So, Kalista, so far 45 minutes, it has been much more probing for Conference Queens. And then sitting at the back of the defense and doing that bidding has been a Sunshine Queens. But at the end of the day, with both teams playing beautiful football, no goal recorded, but every other action you can talk about a football game has actually come alive. What are your expectations for the next 45?
My expectation for the next 45 minutes is that the scorelines gets to change, and maybe we'll see the net roaring and get rattled with the sensational goals we need to see in this game. You look at Conference Queen getting 4 goals in their opener. You look at Sunshine Queens as well, and you expect goals, but you look at this Sunshine Queen try to absorb the pressure, study the game, and look for how to hit and get those goals. They look so compact as a team up front in the midfield and in the defense-wise. I have to say kudos to all the defenders. They played with so much solidity and synergy. They looked aligned. If you look at how they play, you don't need to see all those little mistakes. It's just that Conference Queen has not done really too good when it comes to threatening in front of goal. They need to up that game. The likes of Messi Omoku needs to do more. You look at Hassan, who has been doing her own beats for Conference Queen. They need to really do more when it comes to attacking. Find how to get the net checking. You need to get past the defense. If you can't get past the defense, you need to start shooting out of range. Shoot outside the 18-yard box. Conference Queen, you always had more of the corners from set pieces. We've seen you score. You can do the same way. If it's not coming through the flanks, because they are trying to play from the left-hand flanks and see if they can connect to Messi Omoku, who is their hitman. It's not working. Get playing from the flanks. The likes of Hassan got a goal registered in the first game. She can as well play from that angle. So I think the Conference Queen needs to really threaten when it comes to up front, because as you attack in numbers, you as well come back to defense. You look at the Sunshine Queens when it comes to attacking, passing through that through pass. They looked more threatening in front of goal. They had 2 odd chances in this game. Looks like they can get to score if they get more of the attacking opportunities. That is one thing I need to look out for. Coming in the second half, I think the coaches will have to make some tactical changes where you see by the Sunshine Queen not sitting too much. They'll get to attack more, and the Conference Queen seeing if they can maximize that opportunity and get to score. But I am waiting to see a good second half. It was a fantastic first half. I saw good solidity defense-wise. I saw good attacking. Yes, not fantastic finishing or making use of the opportunity, but it was totally a good game for me.
Of course, it's a good color commentary there coming through from Calista. Thank you so much. Do stay here. The commentary box is going to be on a break. My name is Sean Pablo. Basao Loaker is still here as well. We will be taking a break. While we come back, it's going to be the second 45. Don't go away. match number 4 on match day number 4 here at the Flying Officers Cup Season 3. 2021 is the year, and we are giving you the very best women football on the continent of Africa. The commentary box is alive. The game between Sunshine Queens of Akure in white playing from left to right, and of course our Conference Queens of Kogi State playing from right to left. Dressed in blue, they have actually played already in this tournament. Both teams are opening their encounters with a 3-point for both of them. Right there in Group C, where they are ranked, is on top as Conference Queens with 4 goals difference. Haven't played one game, 1 win, no draw, no loss, 4-goal difference, 3 points. And in second place is Sunshine Queens, playing 1 game out, 1 win, no draw, no loss, with a +1 goal difference. They also have 3 points. And this is the game that actually will separate both teams at the end of the day in a matter of points. But at the sticks at the moment, the points for both teams is still as good as 4 on the clock. Well, my name is Sean Pablo, welcoming you to the commentary box. I've got Kalista here, and also Busalo, okay? But they are here coming to the game now. Sunshine Queens are trying to build up the very first attack in the second half. A meter header, but a chest up for the captain to shoot. An opportunity again continues to drop, but it will whisk the way. It is Conference Queens who are trying to go away from the danger of their attack, being plunged in their own defense, and George Will Obinabo, they're being displaced, and the ball will go now in the way of Sunshine Queens, and the ball now is being a call to be offside as the rampaging jersey number 9 for Sunshine Queens coming from behind and being called offside.
Florence Alexander will pick the ball, and let's see how she gets to talk to our direction of our players, and let's get done into the game. And she floats it up, Edda, and Ibinabo brings it down, but to Wu, and a chance, but Lucky Andy will get there quickly. She picks it up. Safety first from the Edda of talking about jersey number 6, Divine Oyaye Wu. I guess it's too lucky, and the ball flows into the midfielder. Check down, and nobody's to get there on the header. It goes into the safe hands of talking about attack for Sunshine Queens. Wu Edson, the captain, Keke Grace. She has Awa Abdullah to beat, but that should not get down as Awa picks it up again, and the ball flows back into the legs of the girls from Akure. And number 25, Sheted Azat Sophia, take it out, and Keke Grace again finds jersey number 9, Blessing Nko, who finds number 20, Sheted, finds number 6, Sheted Divine, and a throw-in has been given. Jersey number 6, Divine, where we should drop the ball. She goes 1-2, picks it up. Who gets the header? Conference Queens miss it up. And the defensive clearance out of danger for the defense of the Conference Queens. And still ball in play. Finds Alugba. Alugba deep down. We should big sub opponent. She goes past her. Quickly she drops it. Can there be something? And just number 7, Favor is there. And she brings it back to Blessing. Inside the ball, steal it. And again, finds Divine. Divine picks it once. And Keke Grace header. But that's not going to disturb goalkeeper Linda Jiwaku. Sunshine Stars are really trying to put up early enough in this game.
I expected from Sunshine Queens. I talked about how Sunshine Queens has soaked in the pressure of the first half. They're coming back into the second half. I don't think they will go back to sit back and soak in the pressure. They have been asking a lot of questions. You see the coach at the touchline telling the girls, push in, pull in, pull in. Two players are sitting back to cut down any play by the Conference Queen, but a good one, a good attacking prowess coming from the Sunshine Queens. This is exactly what we want. This is exactly what we want to see. Now it's time for the Conference Queens, who had the fair chances in the first half, to reverse the case. They have to defend in the second half and see if they could hit on the counter. They have been doing so well, but I think the Sunshine Queens should attack more and see if they could get at least a goal. I want to see that goal come in the second half. We need to see that goal either from the Conference Queen or the Sunshine Queens.
They say goal Lirole, evening goal can come in from both sides, and let's get on to the play. And it's all about the system flowing into the ball, into the center half now. And just number 7, talking about Aluko Miriam, purses up the ball. Fine Blessing Nuka, who brings it down quietly. And again, find Aluko. Aluko tries to beat one, finds a player quickly. And the ball roll to Divine in case he wants. And no chance. Can that be another? If she gets it straight into the hands of Linda Juaku. Talking about Jesse number 5 of Conference Queens. Joe Michael, who has really been solid with Florence Alexander at the back line and not making sure that balls go past them in this game. There's still no goal between Sunshine Queens of Akure and also Confidence Queens of Kogi.
I like the intensity being put by both teams in the second half of this game, playing with so much intensity in the game, trying to see who could get the first goal, still in the possession, and lost possession there, still on the counter. Sunshine Queens seeing if they could get the attack on the goal, but it's in the safe hands of the defense. The Conference Queens will see to clear that one in. Flores, who looks so solidified at the back line for Conference Queen.
Yes, talking about our Abdullahi finds the ball to Azan Sulifiat, but who missed up to the center now, and Winifred again on the attack, drops the ball. We're talking about Jesse number 7, Messi Omoku. She has gone down, collided with the player, but the ball has rolled out and sought for a goal kick. Pablo, no goal yet in this game. When shall we see the goal?
Well, both teams understand that if they play on or draw here in this game, it puts them in a very comfortable position towards making the next rounds of the tournament, which will give each team here 4 points going forward. But then Conference Queens will still stay on top, and that could be something of a worry for Sunshine Queens, who I expect to be able to grow as they have grown in the first half, grow way beyond than just putting the ball in the attacking position. Let's see the goals. That is what the whole fans are craving for. We want to see them goals happen. Want to see them pour. Want to see that rain of goals, just like we saw Conference Queen do against SGH Sport Economy in their opener. And then so far here, I believe that the defense line has been the better part, or rather the better park for me on the pitch. And defense line of both teams, but at the sticks, the attackers will have to bring more to the table if any goal is going to be scored in any time short.
Pablo, you might not see the game that has to run riot, massive goals like 4 or 5 goals in this encounter, because you look at two sides playing with experience and a lot of stars in this game that have played them internationally, nationally, and locally. So you will not expect to see those kind of goals. But we are supposed to see, I think, a winner from this goal, maybe 1 or 2 goals, but not 5, 6 as we saw in the first game with Conference Queen. But I'm positive that we'll get to see a goal at some point in this game.
Return back to the game. It is now Conference Queens in possession. How Abdullahi, she makes it a long throw, trying to connect to Mercy Mokwe, but it was shortly cut, and a shot goes flying, but that one is not going to trouble the goalkeeper. She collects easily. It is still Sunshine Queens here with possession from the back line. They will be playing this one. The goalkeeper does do that. Lucky Andy puts it in the way of the jersey number 7. And now it chases up for Sunshine Queens to connect in and get something good for themselves. Another interception, but it goes away. Now it's in the play for Sunshine Queens. Another possession now for them, but then the defense line of Conference Queen looks a lot more positioned to clear this one, and that's exactly what's been done. And there is a throw-in for Sunshine Queens here as they are now pushing up on attack. We continue to expect the first goal. The fans are calling, the chanting. All we are saying, give us some goals.
Great defense from Confidence Queens. Sunshine Queens wins the corner kick in this game. And solidity, when you talk about the pair of Alexander and Joy Michael Kalista, they've been rock solid.
I think reverse, the table has turned right now. In the first half, we saw solidity with Sunshine Queens. Now we are seeing solidity and the partnership between Joy Michael and Florence Alexander in this game. We saw it against SGH Academy, but this is against an experienced side. They have been doing massively well, and they need to do more, especially when you come, because the Sunshine Queens are attacking with everything they have. But the synergy between Michael and Joy Michael and Alexander Florence is doing so well, and they look solid behind. We saw a solid line in the first half between Sunshine Queens and now we are seeing it against the Conference Queen.
I don't want to go back to memory of what transpired yesterday in the last game of yesterday evening, where all attack but could not come back a chance, and they were kept napping. Talking about Royal Queens, how they did that too. Talking about Nigeria tells game on, a ball floated into the air. Can she use her pace? Talking about Keke Grace, but Linda quickly gets there and she brings the ball out, finds number 13 Shetted, and then again Complex Queens on the attack, but they have been dispossessed of the ball. And Divine tries to find Blessing. Can Blessing gets there? She has talking about Alexander to beat. She goes into, she had to take a shot, but it won't disturb the goalkeeper, Linda Jiwaku. The final thought of both sides has not really do, rather I beg your pardon, what they need to do to put the ball in the back of the net. They've made those solid defense, midfield creativity, but the final thought has not found the back of the net.
We're still waiting. The first goal now. Player is down, wearing the colors of white. She seemed to have been injured in the first half of this game, but continued, and there she hits to the ground again. Atundashion, some kind of pain she is in, and will require the medical attention to get her back, to get it into the action again for us to resume our play here. It is still goalless. It is match number 4, day number 4 here at Flying Officers Club Season 3, and we are giving you the very best of women football as a matter of preseason preparation for the NWFL to take start and take shape for the season 2021-2022. But here there will be substitutions now for Conference Queen, and it is jersey number 11 who will be coming in, and as well as jersey number 15. But we have been able to see our Conference Queens in this game. They will be introducing the experienced Arit Usang, who scored a goal in their first game, the very second goal in that game, and she will be coming here now to be adding to the attacking prowess. Now what Coach Esther Michael is trying to say is clear enough. Bringing 2 players who scored 2 goals in their last game, it tells you that Conference Queens are about getting the first goal in this game. Godson Ojugo comes in as well. She was the one who scored the 3rd goal in that game for them against SCA Sports Academy. And now on a chance now for them to get the action, a taste of the action. Talk about Joy, beg pardon, Usan Arit, and that's a lady I mentioned earlier, jersey number 11, Godson Ojugo. And here now, Arit Usang with her dazzling skill. She controls that ball finally. Still there at the defense line. She will do the covering for her team, and it's not out of danger yet. But Conference Queens are very much in charge of dispatching this one. And down now, and the chance to drop open. But Ajibade Taye will actually pose a threat. A great control by Godson Ojugo. A very first touch in the game, but this shot will come, and it goes into the hands of the goalkeeper, Linda Jiwaku. Very well taken, and they will now turn it into an attack. Siliat Hassan.
Usang and Godwin, as you said, got a goal. But I want to look at how unhappy the coach of Conference Queen is right now. It's a statement saying that I don't like to defend. I need to attack as much as possible, and that is what he wants. Yes, I'm topping the table. I need to solidify it. But there's one thing that I need to say in this game. You look at their work rate, Usang and Godwin in the first game against SGH Academy. You know that, yes, they need that work rate. They need those creativity up front. They don't need it behind defending. That is exactly what she has done. I want to say kudos for the substitution. This will put more pressure and will make them attack more. This is the attacking prospect putting into this team. Usang and Gossin, the work rate in the first rate. This is exactly what Conference Queen needs. The coach is so unhappy that they are defending. She wants them to be attacking. It's dangerous to defend, no matter how solidified your defense is.
Absolutely spot on there, Calista. And Coach Esther Michael, she wants goals to pour in this game, no matter how much that could be. But here, bringing in 2 players who scored in their last game with 2 other who are goal scorers in that particular game. Also right here, it shows you that 4 goal scorers are already up here for Conference Queens, and that can boost the confidence of any team, anywhere, any day, anywhere in the world. And for Conference Queens now to now be about going forward, attacking, and when you do that, you should be precise enough, and when you are also trying to go forward, be careful about conceding this kind of free kicks in these areas, because this kind of free kicks for Sunshine Queens can actually pose some potencies, especially if it is being launched in well and then finds any player in white in a great position. But here, Conference Queens are still deadlocked as well as Sunshine Queens. It is still goalless. We are still in this game. It is the early stages of the second 45. Busaya, what are you seeing so far, especially when it comes to the changes being made by Coach Esther Michael, bringing in Gotin Ojugo and Arit Usang?
She wants the goal. She's looking at, let's win this so that we can be sure we are in the next round already. Talking about the knockout stage, and let's see the impact the two players will be making on the field of play. Still no goal between Sunshine Queens of Akure, and no goal between, and also Confidence Queens of Kogi.
She's been asked to go out of the pitch by the center referee. Jersey number 3 for Sunshine Queens. Sporting jersey number 20, beg your pardon. Ayo Omosi has had the best already in this game, being substituted now. And of course, it will be for Sunshine Queens to be able to see how much of a change, or rather impact, that substitution will mean for them. Well done, Ayo Omosi. She's given her part. She's played her role, and she will take to the bench to see the rest of this game. Offside against Ataya Jibade. Possession, Conference Queens. The ball very much there for the captain to take away and take far enough for a chance for any conversion of any goal. Alexander Florence. But there will be substitution before that kick, and this one will be in favor of the team in white. And Ayo Omosi, who had gone out, is now being replaced by Foluke Okpeyori. Foluke Okpeyori will be added to the attacking prowess. And look at the pace she uses in introducing herself. With that kind of energy, it tells you that the hunger here and the bite can actually just come alive. What a great pass there coming through for Sunshine Queens. It could be maximized. It is a chance for the right flank for them to create something special. Blessing Uncle, she puts it in the middle. And still a chance now for the new edge to shoot. She does. It could not be something special for Foluke Okpeyori, but it just flies up target. If she continues in this manner, maybe not too far away the first goal.
Absolutely agree with you. Not too far away from the first goal. You look at the energy, the intensity, fresh legs coming in, and what a leg she has. You could see how she run and how pacey she is. It's a good one and coming into the team. That's why you have substitution to help the leggy ones already in the game. A good one, a good intensity, but not too threatening. And for the goalkeeper who looked solid, a little bit of wide, but it looked at how threatening it is. You know that these players from Sunshine Queens have the threat to hit a goal. As I say, it's a matter of time before we see the first goal in this game. Either comes way, either Conference Queen or Sunshine Queens. I just want the goal to come in.
Surely, that's exactly what the fans are saying too. The whole sentiment here in the top is very much on the cordial page here. But Sunshine Queens will have to really watch about the little splits of mistakes they make. But look at that chase, look at that energy coming through. As she gets the ball, she will go to the goalkeeper. Great goalkeeping there. But Sunshine Queens are still with the ball. They are still looking for a way to settle play. And a free kick is come in their way to help them. And just in number 25, Foluke Okpeyori, will not continue. She will continue to be a threat, I beg your pardon, right there at the defense line of Conference Queens. And now the goalkeeper goes to the ground. Linda Juwaku. This can be some troubling times for Conference Queens.
Lawrence Alexander almost missed that kick, and that was sloppy from her. She really not looking at the goalkeeper before locking the ball back to her, and she put the goalkeeper into that pain. And we hope that the bench of Sunshine Queen, Conference Queens will look to do on how the goalkeeper will be responding to that treatment. They pray maybe she might not be going out in this game. Free kick in favor of the girls from Akure. Can they find a goal? Because coach talking about Temidayo Onilude has been telling the players, pull the ball behind the players, go wrong with them. they'll make some mistakes.
Miscommunication there from Flores Alexander. So unfortunate for a player who has been so solid in the better of the second half of this game. So they need to communicate way better, especially from Joy Michael and Florence, and going back to the goalkeeper. It's so unfortunate that incident. She has been so well in this game. So moving past it, I think I want to see that goal, as I said. It's either now or never, because if we get to the dying minutes, it's going to be really crucial. It's going to be what? A killer stage.
Receiving treatment now, Linda Juaku. She's got 2 clean sheets in the tournament so far. One of the goalkeepers contending for the Golden Glove. That opportunity will give her a chance for Sunshine Queens to be able to dish out those instructions. Talk about from the bench. Coach Onilu Dede having a word, telling her exactly what she has to do. Lob the ball right in front of the player, not behind the player. The player cannot use the ball that she cannot see. It's only what she can see that she can maximize of. And Welly taking her instructions. Aluko Miriam not a right to actually follow suit of such a, and that will be a resume action for us here as the referee gives a word to the goalkeeper Linda Juaku, who seems to be back in shape and back in help to continue play here, and she will be looking to defending this free kick that will be giving a chance for Sunshine Queens to perhaps scratch up a half chance from it. It looks long, but it could be maximized if the good cross comes in. The players are aligning right in that goal area. Taye Ajibade is found there. There is also Blessing Unko and the new entrant for Luke Okmayori. And the ball will drop deep, but too deep, deep away from any player in white. But then to the collection and for a goal kick for Confluence Queens. Florence Alexander would have to help to push this one away from the goal kick. Just not far away it goes, but they're still trying to defend it. But here, Sunshine Queens are beginning to get themselves gradually in the second half with the players that have just come on. They seem to have brought some freshness into the squad. Collision between both players, but the referee will rather fault Gutsin Ojugo, who wasn't with possession. Luka Miriam resume play for Sunshine Queens, and the great bond being long forward now. She could shoot.
Goes down.
She goes down. That was too mild for any form of seriousness. Still too very, very light. We'll have to watch it. If not, could get simulation from the referee. And of course, there's still game on here, and Confluence Queens are pushing an attack, but the referee fought that play, give away possession for Sunshine Queens to restart.
Goalless situation right here, still between both sides. And infringement in favor of, talking about Sunshine Queens. The referee speaks to jersey number 9, Godswill Ibn Abo, on how you do, George Will Ibn Abo on holding the jersey of our opponent today. Awa Abdullah heads away, finds Winifred. Winifred also heads it down the line, and still on the attack now for Confidence Queens. The ball rolls into touch, and Mr. Trainer player is down there, just number 5 of Confidence Queens, of Sunshine Queens.
Another player goes down in the colors of white. She also is in pain. Divine Onwuchekwa. She will, of course, receive medical attention. Confluence Queens might not be believing that at this point in time they're yet to find a goal in this game, and as well as Sunshine Queens. But seriously, a very keenly contested game we have in our hands. And end-to-end stuff back and forth, keep going and coming. Still playing here, still goalless yet.
The player is being checked on by the medics, and she's really, really in pains, and maybe she will not be able to continue in this game. As we'll see what we expect from the decision of the referee and also the medical bench of talking about Sunshine Queens.
The time being taken here will obviously be adding to the additional time, which would mean that we will be here for much more action. It is still live here at Old Parade Ground, Area 10. The Federal Capital Territory is where we are live, giving you the best of sport and entertainment from the commentary box. You know, we are on social media. Head on right now to Facebook, Instagram, and as well as YouTube. We are on the Flying Officers Cup Official. Flying Officers Cup Official. That is where we are on YouTube. You can watch the videos, do the replays, the highlight, the goals, and as well as the tackles. You can enjoy all of the viewing pleasures for you. But also you can find us on Facebook for all of those social media engaging. You can come on there. It is still Flying Officers Cup Official. That is our handle. And on Instagram, doing it for the gram with your picture. Put it all out there. Hashtag Flying Officers Cup 2021. Hashtag Conference Queens. Hashtag Sunshine Queens. Hashtag the commentary box. At least let's do it for the commentary box.
Corner kick for Confidence Queens. Jersey number 15. He takes it quickly, headed away. And goalkeeper Lucky Andy has been fouled there. The center referee spot was spot on. Figment in favor of the girls from Akure. No goal in this game. And substitution is about to be back on jersey number 2. Attack for Sunshine Queens, but checkmated by a throw-in for talking about Confidence Queens in their half, and it's kicking. George really been a boss too, has been checkmated well by the defense of talking about Sunshine Queens, and we'll get in an infringement from that. Open play. Let's see how it goes. Florence take it deep into the goal area of talking about Sunshine Queens. Attempt, a shot. Can it be a goal? Simo! Goal, 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 goal! Goal! One goal in favor of Confidence Queen. Header from George Will Ibinabo, jersey number 9. And that's the goal. Look at the dog. The dog is also celebrating the goal. What a way.
What a pitch invader there to celebrate the goal for Conference Queens. They seem to have got a 12th player on the pitch. Celebrating with the blue colors, just as the Champions League team Chelsea celebrated. There is a dog there to celebrate alongside Conference Queens. They now edge their opponent. It is the goal scorer, jersey number 7. She makes it a brace in the tournament. The opener of the game. It becomes goal number 2. And of course, what a way for jersey number 9 in been about to register her first goal of the tournament. One nil Conference Queens here, and they take the lead in a very crucial period of the game. But for pulling her shot there in celebration of our team, she takes one for the team. Mercy Omokwe been shown a yellow card. She has to be cautious. Well, there they have that lead, and of course that brought about the joy. And the joy here amongst the fans is absolutely immeasurable. And here all of the spectators are enjoying the beauty of the game. Here women football is alive, and just joining me in the commentary box, coming through for me all the way from the Federal Ministry of Interior, I've got with me Aliu Manyu. It's a pleasure to have you here. I invited you to come and see women football, and here you are. Thank you for obliging.
Really, football is football. I can see the women playing the football. I'm happy this evening. I can see special goal from number 9 jersey. Number 7 jersey went to celebrate, though she got a yellow card. But I pray she should not pull off her shirt again. Well, Conference Queen, congratulations once more. Play harder and harder and harder and win the game. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, of course, for coming through. We are continually pulling a lot of us media support here for women football as we continue to grow our community. We are bringing people together. Women football is the next right now, not just in Nigeria, not just in Africa, but on the FIFA platform. And that's why the whole family for women football in Nigeria has got arms open, welcoming anyone, everyone interested in the beauty of the game for the affairs of women. We get back to it here. It is now Conference Queens who now edge up in their group with 6 points. They now have a goal difference of 5, and there between them is Sunshine Queens with 3 points and a goal difference of 0. Conceding 1 today, scoring 1 in their opener, and the game is still on. We must still be up for some kind of drama.
Yellow card already has been shown to just number 25, Azant Sulia, for an infringement earlier. And just number 2, Edwin Lizzie, who came in for Sunshine Queens, will take that. Can the girls from Akure respond to that goal scored against them as the ball floats into the air? And Keke Grace brings up the attack again. Blessing. Can she be a blessing? She gets down. She has the player. She takes it across. And header from Oluba, and the goalkeeper really getting in there. She brings it down carefully and steadily as she brings the ball down. Still 1 goal in favor of Conference Queens. No goal to Sunshine Queens of Akure. Linda Juwaku plays the ball into the air. And we get a connection. Jersey number 11 brings it down. Fire ball for Alari Wukemelia for Sunshine Stars. And again, intercepted. Ball floated into the air. The defense line of Sunshine Queens is calling into the action. And Edley again headed down. Attacking line of play for. And the ball rolling to touch for a throw in 2. Talking about Sunshine Queens. Quickly taking again on the attack now. Kalista, I think Sunshine Queens needs to find a way back into this game.
A good one, and they've been playing so well. So unfortunate to be a goal down in this encounter, but they have shown that they can get themselves back into this game. But I want to talk about the conference queen. I talked about how maybe it is a revenge period. The last time they met, and the Sunshine Queens won a conference queen, and they are in this game. You look at that goal and how it has been scored. A good one for conference queen and putting themselves. But the Sunshine Queen will have to do everything it takes to bring themselves back into this game. They have shown that they as well can score, but they need to get it clinical when they come to the final third. Get those shots. Don't play it over the bar. There's a lot of time. It can come in a split second. It can come in a split minute. Anyhow it comes, just get that goal behind and the back of the net. Good one for Conference Queen, winning the game back to back. For the Conference Queen is a good one for them going forward in the competition.
Not yet over in the game of football. It's all about 90 minutes to the final whistle. One goal in favor of Conference Queens. Headed down again into the center. And just number 12, Alaria Ayuba, still with the ball. She's still contending. And she has a ball into the Sunshine Queens. I will not kick the ball out into touch for a throw in favor of Conference Queen. One goal is not all 90 minutes. It was almost at the same time yesterday where Royal Queens, Go Irole, came yesterday.
I talked about how we might not see a pummeling as we saw in the first game earlier today. We saw 6 goals in one game today from Bayelsa Queens. But yes, we might not see a lot of goals, but with those 1 or 2 goals, that is what is one good one for them. But I want to say Mercy Omoku has to be careful. A second yellow card in a tournament already. Too many yellow cards you have to miss, and some games have one opportunity. It's a good one for them. Go on conference. Oh, come on. It was a good counter there. Sunshine seeing if they can get themselves back into this game. Good defending. They're coming from the likes of Joy Michael and Florence stamping their ground there to make sure the Sunshine Queens player don't get past them.
Okoyemi is down and she's looking to be Okoyori for look at just number 25. She brought in some energy into the game, and she has not really been able to get right past Joy Michael and also Florence Alexander in those games. Still 1 goal in favor of the girls in blue over the girls in white. Is the sky so blue today? And we're still waiting for how it's all panned out. And this is the last game of today. 4 more games will be decided tomorrow. And yesterday to still be here to see the best of women football.
We get back to the game. It is 1 goal to Conference Queens. They have the all-important goal being scored by jersey number 9. She comes to the party today with the very first goal in the tournament, registering her name, a very crucial one as well. And if it wraps up this way, it simply means that Conference Queens have qualified to the second round of the tournament. And there comes Mercy Omakwe, but it goes against the goalkeeper. And for the line, the referee will rescue for the goalkeeper. It's going to be a free kick for the goalkeeper. But of course, let's head to the stands where we've had some kind of reshuffling, not only between both teams, but also alongside Nigeria women football. I'm talking about Liadi Bashiru, who actually joins in for Conference Queens. Only 2 weeks was he announced as the coach of Conference Queens, but then he couldn't be a part of this project as a result of coming too early, or rather you'd say not too early, in any way you want to put your words. But of course, Liadi Bashiru, we come in here with some headlines, of course, replacing the former coach of Conference Queens, Ogunda White, who has actually been transferred to Oshun Babes. Oshun Babes gives a way of taking the coach of Conference Queens, and then Conference Queens goes back and take their coach, which is Liadi Bashiru. We can only wish Liadi Bashiru the very best of a season here at the NWFL Premiership when the season opens for 2021-2022. But Conference Queens here are living up to an expectation that can actually brace them and raise their confidence into the very bright new season. And here the 1-0 lead now for Conference Queen. The team in blue, they continually push themselves forward. It could be a chance for them to get a goal number 2, but Sunshine Queens are here and they're still fighting for anything that they could take out of this game. And here it is still 1-0 for Conference Queens. A free kick here in favor of Conference Queens as well. We were talking about coaches. Told you about the new coach of Conference Queens, Liadi Bashiru, who is only 2 weeks long or 2 weeks old on the job for Conference Queens. How about Sunshine Queens? The new coach is actually also in the ranks Well, she used to be the assistant of the team, rather the coach for Sunshine Queens, I beg your pardon, before Wemimo Matthew left the team for Edo Queens. Wemimo Matthew was the head coach for last season, leaving the team for Edo Queens, and now giving way for the coach Temitayo Onilude to take reins of Sunshine Queens, and her reigns so far hasn't been one to trouble for. We know that they're going to be having a very busy season when the season opens for 2021-2022. Now, let me bring you back in, Aliu Manyu. Let's talk about the realities of women football growing to the apex of height, especially when it comes to sponsorship and financial implications.
Actually, we really need financial support. The women football is going great and greater and greater and greater. I can see beautiful players here. I can see attackers. I can see midfielders. The goalkeepers are flying. They have their reflexes. So what we need is sponsorship. Gone are the days. We have people like Abiola Babes, Shooting Star of Ibadan. We have Flying Flamingos. So we need people to support women football in Nigeria. Look at them. They are playing well. They have skills. They have everything. So why are we not having sponsors? We should have sponsors so that the women football will grow far better than now. Yes, I can see beautiful football in Area 10 Old Parade Ground. The Confluence Queens, they are playing very well, and I love the way they play. I love the coach. They are giving the pressure to the players. They are talking to them in the touchline. I can see beautiful crossing. I can see beautiful, lovely attacking football. Look at number 7, look at number 10, number 19. I'm seeing beautiful football today. Today is a day of joy. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so very much. We are happy to be here, and we should be happy enough to put our presses where women football is. That is the next level up. That is what we all have to do. That will be our collective responsibilities. Everyone has got a part to play. We all have our roles. Let's be responsible and let's get to playing. Get back to the plane here. It is Confluence Queens who still got the lead by 1 goal, and they are still marshalling their match here. In an order, they'll like to finish it all up. But coming through, Sunshine Queens will not give it all up without a fight. They continually fight for it. They are looking for their goal. They are looking for their point. And perhaps if a magical moment could come through, if we can see the drama, maybe a turnaround might not be far from sight.
Complex Queens still at advantage if they win these. Like Pablo has been said, that they automatically qualify for the next round of this Flying Officers Cup Season 3. Can they go all out to hold on to the end of this game? Will there be questions to ask from Sunshine Queens, who has been knocking around the defense line of the girls from Kogi, but nobody into particular, but into the hands of Linda Jiwaku. Kalista, they've had chances, but the balls are not passing. Linda,
I think they need to stay calm. I think they are too fast under pressure. Yes, I understand, but they have been playing so well. When you talk about the Sunshine Queens, they have been so exceptional. They just need to get those true passes to the right people and threaten Linda. I don't think they have been a good threat to Linda, but a good one for Sunshine Queen. They keep the pressure on, keep pushing, and at some point the defender will have to make a mistake, or the goalkeeper, and the equalizer will come in.
the referee spot an infringement again, Azan Suliat, and pressure bouncing again. Sunshine Queens trying to count on every attack they need to make. Can they get in? And only 4 white shirts are in the box of Confluence Queens. Can they get something past? Talking about Linda Jiwaku, she floats it up into the air, but an header away. And Awa Abdullahi brings it down, and she tries to clear. She has been checkmated. Ball still in the air, but defensive clearance has gone again. Even about Jodril, mistake for Evelyn Lizzie, who picks it up. And Torres Alexander, she has the captain to beat. Just number 7, she doesn't take a shot again. And the shots will not just go in and beat past Linda Jiwaku. Good move from Sunshine Queens. Pablo, what will they do to beat Linda in this game?
it will have to be precision for me because the effort has been there. It's only for them to know the right precision to put towards it. And Luka Miriam had that shot there, but only if it was on target. Perhaps they would have troubled the goalkeeper because there were a couple of players, the defenders, who were wearing color blue and they were right in front of the goalkeeper. So sight will be a problem, but only if Aluko Miriam was on target. Perhaps they could have troubled the goalkeeper. Perhaps there could have been a rebound. Perhaps we could have seen an equalizer. Perhaps Sunshine Queens could have even had a deflected goal, and anything is possible. There still could be dramatic moments in this game, but we are up for it, and it's still very much running.
We have 40 player of Conference Queen lying down the turf, waiting as we're about to see what time will be added up in this game for this match, the last match of the game of today. The match between Conference Queens and Sunshine Queens is just going to be a slow time as the officials of Sunshine Queens look at our delay tactics, just quietly jogging onto the field of play to attend to their playing. We're still down on the turf. 3 minutes additional time will be added into this game. 3 minutes will be added into this game, and we hope not to see a drama. Can a miracle happen, Sean Pablo?
Possibilities cannot be off the cards. You cannot say that it's not possible for anything to happen. This is the game of football, baby. Anything is possible here, and only for Sunshine Queens to come alive first, but then it will take the first goal for them to be able to draw parity, and then maybe the magic would then drop back of the net. But with 3 minutes, it is 3 minutes for them to be able to repeat their feat, or rather 3 minutes for Conference Queens to be able to get their revenge of the last time both teams played. Sunshine Queens ran away with a 2-0 victory, but here Conference Queens in a very competitive situation. They have an all-important 1 pointer. But a 1-goal lead here has been scored by that player, jersey number 9, George Will Ibinabo, and that goal can be something very important for this team because if they get this 3 points, like I said earlier, qualification has been checked.
Might not see a high margin goals in an encounter, especially what I said earlier on. You might not see 5-4-3, but 2-1 at least you could see in a counter like this that is packed full of stars and experience. That's what you expect. You don't expect a pummeling in a game like this. A good one for Conference Queen, almost holding on to that massive 3 points. What can the likes of the Sunshine Queens do? Launch it in wide, put it in deep, get every player behind the ball and see if they will get an own goal, a deflection, maybe, and get to see whether a shot can lead to a goal and threaten the likes of Linda. Massive defense right now. This is the killer time and massive attack. That is what the Sunshine Queen will see to do. But 2 minutes into this encounter before the final whistle, what can? Or maybe Conference Queen will hold on to the massive 3 points.
Let me help you out. There will be a faggy time. Yes. Do you know what we mean by faggy time? In the next 5 minutes, there will be a goal. Faggy time.
Of course, a foggy time could be some moment of change here, but Conference Queens seem to be sticking very much in it, staying their ground and manning their defense. They still remain with 2 clean sheets out of 2 games in the tournament, and that also will give kudos to the defense line. I mean, you get to get the attackers to score the goals, and then what happens when the defenders do not defend right? But here, Sunshine Queens will come with a chase. Very golden. She wasted too much time on it, and she will get punished, and the ball will go away from danger. Conference Queens now are fighting for their lives, and that ball is going to be a foul. Jersey number 7, Miriam Aluko, fouling jersey number 7, Mercy Omokwe, and Omokwe is still on the ground, but she wins a free kick for Conference Queens. But is this going to be the tactic of wasting time, Kalista?
Mercy Omoku has to be seriously careful when it comes to yellow card. She has 2 yellow cards already in this tournament. The first in the first game, now a second for offing her jersey. Again, she needs to be careful because at some point you might get to miss a game because of too many of yellow card, 5 yellow cards.
And that's the final whistle from the central referee. Congratulations to Conference Queens of Kogi. Congratulations. They now move to the next round. They are certain that they are in the next round. Can they go out? One man said something to me before the game on Sunday. He said, Busayo, watch out for Kogi Queens and for Conference Queen. And I said, where's Bako? Because I have not seen him around watching this game.
Congratulations, of course, to Conference Queens. They had to keep it almost late, but the fight has paid off. I'd like to also say thank you to everyone who's been a part of this broadcast. Thank you to Digital Mirroring Concept, of course, for making sure that we are uninterrupted right there on the broadcast. You know you can be a part of our broadcast. Head on right now to social media on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. What is the handle? Flying Officers Cup Official. That is where you find us. And on Instagram, make sure you take a picture and do it for the gram. And make sure that you tag it. Flying Officers Cup 2021. Tag it Conference Queens. Tag it Sunshine Queens. Tag it the commentary boss. And of course, we want to say thank you to everyone who's come out here. Thank you to Aliu Manu for honoring an invitation that came almost late. Thank you, Kalista, for coloring the commentary box. And of course, Busayo Lowokere. It's been a great time here with you.
Yes, sir, you could see Moses Bako celebrating this victory as if they've won the tournament for the Flying Officers Cup. He said, watch out for our girls. And now, at least 2 wins for Esther Michael, the coach of the side, and in this tournament.
Of course, this is where we'll be wrapping up our broadcast. It has been a great pleasure to bring it to you. My name is Sean Pablo, GCFR, a great commentator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You can catch me live tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. to 12 on 88.9 Brela FM on the frequency of champions, your #1 sports radio. And from 12 to 2 p.m., it's going to just be myself and yourself. We're going to have a kind of a Royal Rumble on radio. You know there is no better time than that. You rather will join me. My name is Sean Pablo, and Kalista is right here from WeFM. Hey, baby, what you got to say?
The finest girl talking sports in Abuja. You can't get it anywhere. Take it to the bank. Join me on 106.3 WeFM from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. every weekdays to get the best, the biggest, stylish, skillful, beautiful football in the world.
And of course, there you heard it from Kalista. Also, Busayo Lowokere is a part of the NCBN media, which is for Nigeria Customs. You know that we are coloring this event, and the media outfit are here. Tomorrow, the commentary box is going to be well built, and you can come here for a short interview. You can come here for those pictures for the Instagram. We are celebrating women football. The celebration continues on social media. Do not go away. Head on right now there and continue with the chat. Let's hear your take. Let's get your comment. We are going to be moving on now to giving the Player of the Match award. And I can tell you that the excitement here is absolutely electrifying. There is no cut shot. Congratulations to Conference Queens, but Sunshine Queens, a great fight, coach.
Thank you very much. But next time we get to put more effort. Don't worry. Good one.
Good luck, of course, to Sunshine Queens. Better time, and next time. That will be what they will look forward to. But here we are advancing, and advancing simply means that after 90 minutes, one player takes the award as the most outstanding. And here, of course, very shortly, you are going to be getting the name.